your breath, my bellows, my heart, your hearth. Today we meet the wounded healer. Today we carry a new ember. Well, welcome to Embers, a Whisper and Flame podcast. My name is Michael, and I am the voice of Whisper and Flame, the voice that will guide you and journey with you these next 30 days. When your flame has burned down to embers, and all you can do is but whisper, you are welcome here. If you haven't yet, pick up a copy of Embers, 30 Days for Holding What Remains. It's a guided devotional journal that lets you encounter art and poetry and scripture and gives you a place to write your story for yourself. Visit our website, whisperandflame.store, or our Etsy shop, or Amazon. I'm a former staff pastor at an inner-city homeless shelter. I was a hospice chaplain working with patients facing the ends of their lives. I planted a church that welcomed deconstructing Christians before deconstruction was even a term. Bones count themselves. Laughter from blindfolded men. Sun fails its light. Hearts and curtains rend. The grave inhales its last, and then touch here, hand in my side, old friend. Now, even the grave is not godless, but a child's lost and found. You, yes, you are beloved. Every scar, holy ground. He knows your pain. It's easy to picture Jesus as floating far away from us in some cloudy heaven, distant and disconnected from us, disinterested in our lives. But that's not who he is. That's not the story of Scripture. He is not floating in distant, disconnected piety. He is not disinterested in us. He was homeless. He was hungry. He missed his family. His father died early. His friends abandoned him. He is us. The climax of the scriptural story is the story of Jesus bringing real rescue to the world. Real hope when God became one of us and took on wounds that are our wounds. Have you ever been afraid? Sure you have. He was afraid too. He was under so much stress that he sweat out his own blood in the Garden of Gethsemane. Have you been tempted to do something you knew was wrong? He was tempted too. Father, take this cup from me. Yet, not my will, but yours be done. Have you ever been arrested? Some of us have. He was arrested. Have you ever been insulted? He was insulted. Have you ever been wrongly accused? He was wrongly accused. Have you been misbelieved? Nobody believed him. Have you been beaten and abused? He was beaten and abused. Have you been stripped naked by men? He was stripped naked by men. He wasn't crucified with a privacy cloth on him like every artist and sculptor has depicted over the years. Crucifixion didn't work like that. They stripped him naked and put him on display for everyone to see. Have you ever been humiliated? Him too. And when the insults were being hurled and he was on display, they nailed him hands and feet to a cross that he himself had to carry through a crowded city, up a hill. They crowned him and lifted him up to suffocate on that cross, and finally stabbed him in the side to make sure the job was done. Have you ever felt God forsaken in your life? He became God forsaken when all our wrongs were placed on him. God became God forsaken and took every wound that you ever experienced for your sake and mine. I think of the story of the crucifixion and our wounded healer as if he intentionally caught a contagious disease found only in humans, but one that made the natural world worse than what it was intended to be. When he caught our disease, he knew it would leave us totally, and in his death, the sickness would also die. That sickness is human evil, our wrongdoing, our sin, that brings fracture to the world, in big ways and small ways. When he dies, it dies. All of our guilt, all of our shame, gone. This disease can now no longer claim anyone else, delivering you, delivering me. That's how forgiven you can be. That's how free, completely forgiven, completely free. And that's why his wounds heal. He is the rescuer we need, the only one who could take the disease, the brokenness, the evil of the world and bring it to justice in his body. Because only God could save us. But only a man could die for us. God's justice towards sin comes as mercy to us. His justice is his mercy. That was the Father's plan. Remember Jesus saying, "Father, take this cup from me. Yet, not my will, but yours be done. Mercy is the Father's will. And Jesus carried that mercy to us when he carried our disease in his body, when he carried his cross through a dusty, smelly, busy city, insults being hurled, body beaten and flayed, carrying his own death on his back, up the hill to the dying place for us. And on that hill, becoming God forsaken for our sakes. He is always offering us his wounds in answer to our own, his scars as an answer to ours, saying to us, "You are not here alone. Your story is not doomed. It is I. Fear not." He sees you. He knows you. You are not an unknown quantity to him. He is the place we can go to find mercy for our wrongs and healing for our scars, all on the holy ground that his own scars brought. God has stepped into every aspect of our lives, not just to empathize with us, not just to teach us how to live life or how to do things, but to absolutely redeem every aspect of life. Hope is real, and it's free, and it's a gift. I know for some it will sound flippant for me to say that there's hope, that it could be so available, so free. Maybe it sounds like a silly fairy tale. I get it. This free gift, it sounds like some kind of creepy marketing scheme, you know? All you have to do is sign up for our program and you will receive this free gift. I know how it sounds, and I want to be sensitive to that. I know this story can be triggering for people with religious trauma and pain from churches and leaders. This story can be and has been weaponized. The story can incorrectly make the father look like a child abuser. I get it. I've heard the stories, the theories, the angles, and hot takes. But it's not true. Mercy is the Father's will. Life is the Father's will. Hope is the Father's will. And hope that's real isn't flippant. It isn't dismissive of your life or your pain. It enters it. It enters it and takes on wounds too. Even when that pain came from the insensitive words and actions of God's own people and hurt you, it was the same for Jesus. The same thing happened to him. Your scars are real. His scars are real. And hope is real. The death of Jesus, our wounded healer, isn't some surface level hope. It's bold, because it touches every aspect of our lives. It doesn't dismiss your wounds. The hope that God has offered the world, the rescue, is a rescue that addresses every wound by taking on wounding. It addresses scars by taking scars. It addresses even death by entering death. His scars are map lines of His mercy for you, for me, for everyone. Because let's be real, we've all made mistakes. We've all caused scars when we didn't mean to, and caused some that we did. And when we did, we broke little pieces off of our relationships. We broke little pieces off of the good in us and off of the world itself. His scars show where our sin was nailed into His hands and into His feet and into His side and into His brow. His scars are the places that the pieces got nailed back together by our wounded healer. The pieces that we broke off of this world in our wrongdoing. And in His wounding, in His death, as my daughter would remind me, 1 is added to 0. The true someone goes into the nothing. God is God forsaken and dies, with our disease still in His body. And when that happens, the sickness goes away forever. It dies when He dies. Because what are you left with when 1 is added to 0? That is the rescue. That the one who went into death and came back is the one standing there waiting for us at the end of our path. Not even in death are we alone. 1 plus 0 is 1. He is standing there, always inviting you to let His wounds heal yours. And what will you say to Him? Breathe our breath prayer with me. Inhale. You invite me. And exhale. Into your wounds. And again. Inhale. You invite me. And exhale. Into your wounds. I want to know your story. What will you say to Jesus when He invites you into His wounds? When He invites you to be rescued? If you'd like to share your story with us, or even join us on this podcast, we'd love to hear from you. Reach out to us on the Whisper and Flame Facebook pages, Instagram pages, or send us an email at whisperinflame, that's whisper, the letter N, flame, @gmail.com. We look forward to connecting with you. Thank you for joining me today for Ember 26, The Wounded Healer. Pick up a copy of Ember's 30 Days for Holding What Remains from our website. Allow me to bless you as we depart for now. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make His face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift His countenance upon you and bring you peace. before you go, remember, even the grave is not godless, but a child's lost and found. You, yes, you are beloved, every scar, holy ground.